We're joined by our race winner, Shane Van Gisbergen, driver of the number 97 Colleague Racing Chevrolet. He is our back-to-back winner here in the Xfinity Series, Portland last week, and then now here at Sonoma. We're going to go ahead and open up to questions for Shane. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a wireless microphone to you. I'm going to start with Holly up here and then we'll go over to Cameron.
Thanks. Congratulations. It looks like you're getting the hang of this.
Yeah, thanks.
If you could just talk about kind of the, having to go for it at the end of the race there, and you guys were strong cars, and, just kind of your vibe out of the race.
Yeah, it was, as I sort of predicted, even though we were the fastest car, really, it's still never easy here, and every race I've been in is an adventure in NASCAR. Like, you're back and forth throughout the field, and obviously we stayed out on the stages, and that put us back in traffic when the next stage started. So, yeah, I guess we're in that position now when we just keep going for points. And, yeah, had to make some moves through the field, had some really awesome racing with people, and a lot of fun doing it. And then that last restart, I was just making a hole no matter what. And, yeah, felt like a pretty cool move, and hopefully it was good to watch. But, yeah, that was just hard racing, so pretty stoked to come away with it and to see again how much it meant to everyone. And half the team was missing last week. The pit crew guys and spotters were in Gateway, so to get one this week with them and share that moment, was it's really cool.
We're going to go to Cameron, then we'll go to Bob in the back, and then Tom.
Cameron Richardson, NASCAR.com. Shane, given what happened at COTA with Austin, was it just fair game, whatever happened on that final restart?
100%.
We'll go to Bob in the back, then Tom, and then Steven.
Bob Parker, Fox Sports. Yeah, too. So if Austin the next time says he needs a hole, make it like, is that fair game?
I don't know. I hate racing and thinking like that, but to me, we're both taking a race win off each other now. It's, yeah, I don't know. I didn't go into the corner planning to take him out. Like, I wasn't going to hit him off the track, but I was going to try past him, and I did everything he could. And when he kept choosing the left on restarts, I thought, oh, that's surprising, because, I chose the left on the first restart and it was a mistake. And if I had the opportunity again, I would have chosen the right every time. So as soon as he chose the left, I knew, okay, this is a good opportunity to hang around the outside and force my way on to the inside at turn 2, and like, I didn't take him out properly, I just made a hole and got through. So, yeah.
And on your celebration, are you aiming for anybody with the kick, or are you like, can you take me and you looking for any sort of height or distance, or are you just kicking it and wherever it lands, it lands?
I'm just again happy it went pretty far then, but someone forgot to put air in it, so kind of collapsed against my foot a bit. But yeah, just lucky to, special to win a couple of races again, and especially WeatherTech. They've committed so much to me this year, and to share this with them and build up myself in America. And then today, there's so many Kiwi flags and New Zealand flags. It's really cool to meet so many people from New Zealand and also Australia supporting us. And, there's the two guys in supercars as well getting huge support here. It's really special to see how much everyone's sort of getting behind this. And, yeah, it feels really cool.
We'll go to Tom, and they'll go up front to Steven.
Tom Zaleski, Iron County Today. Hi, Shane. Backstory. Is there any backstory with the rugby ball, and did you celebrate with it in Portland last week? And how much is the game part of your roots?
Yeah, so they said at the start of the year I got to come up with something for a win. Like, Daniel's got the piñata, and Ross smashes the watermelon and wastes a good watermelon. But it's, oh yeah, he eats it, I guess. But yeah, had to come up with something, and yeah, I grew up with rugby. I love the sport, love the All Blacks, always support my country. So to have a rugby ball with New Zealand on it, that means a lot to me. And yeah, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to kick them into the crowd, but yeah, hopefully we need to keep getting some rugby balls. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we did it last week. Yeah.
Go to Steven and then Mitch.
Steven, sunfronters.com. Shane, towards the second half of the race, there was the issue with the volts. There was the issue with the front end. There's also the miscue to not short pit the second stage. Just, even with all the, things that could have gone wrong, just how much does it say about you and this team that you guys were able to, overcome all that and, still make it look relatively easy at the end?
Yeah, so the voltage was my fault. We have sort of 8 switches in a row with the brake fans and stuff, and I've just flicked them all up, and the 8th switch is the alternator. So that was my fault, thinking they all had to be up, and then luckily I caught it before the car started missing and dying, and as soon as I flipped the switch the other way, it was fine. But yeah, just it's cool like how hard everyone battles. The spotters are so positive. Bruce is so positive about it, and telling me to get a good restart and 2 weeks in a row. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool atmosphere in the team.
You can go to the far left to Mitch, and then we'll go to the right to Kevin.
Hey mate.
Congratulations. Well
Thanks.
done. You talked about the support from back home today and with the guys that are racing here tomorrow with Will and Cam. Can you just speak to your thoughts and feelings about you've essentially laid the groundwork for those guys and Brody to get their opportunities over here as well?
Yeah, it's as I sort of said as well, it was obviously good last year, but all these guys come over and expect big things, but it's not easy to come here and just show up. Will did a great job yesterday, but found out how tough it was today. He was on the wrong side of a 1/10 of a second and lost 7 spots or something. It's so competitive here, but yeah, I'm glad people want to come here and race more. It's a amazing challenge and opportunity. It's obviously changed a lot in Australia, so people are wanting to come over here and try things, and that's pretty exciting, I think. And hopefully more guys come over. I'd love to see Cam here full time. I think he'd be an amazing talent on the ovals, and so would Brody. So hopefully they keep trying to get here.
I'm going to go to Kevin, then we have a couple more in the back.
Shane, Access Sacramento. Hey, definitely the when you kick the football, you hit right for the latrine. So you almost hit the toilet. You were right there at it. And when all the rest, the guy that caught it was worried he was going to get it. But how do you like the celebrations here in the States? I see the wine goblin. How did you like that celebration over there?
I put the wine down pretty quick and got back on my Red Bull. But yeah, I'm not a wine fan, but it's special. There's always something at every different place. The trophies here are awesome, and the fans and how celebrated the races are, I guess. And yeah, tomorrow I wish I was in the main race, but I'll get to be a part of it, spotting for my friend Will, and yeah, just it's cool to soak it up, but it's better to be in it too.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
We go in the back to the 2 questions we have back there.
Hey, Adam Carabine, RacingRefresh.com. I just wanted to ask you a little bit. Your pole lap was about half a second faster than the rest of the field, and yet you didn't necessarily dominate this race. You had some adversity that you kind of had to overcome to take the victory. Maybe you can speak to just that and what it's like knowing you can overcome some of these obstacles along the way.
Yeah, so we still definitely had the fastest car, I believe, but we didn't have half a second a lap, and then when you get in dirty air, you get the heat soak, the brakes fade a bit, and tyres get a bit hotter. So yeah, it was good getting those points, short-term gain, but as soon as we get dropped back into the field, you got to beat your car up a little bit getting through, and things get hot and a lot more stress on it. So yeah, I supported the decision, I guess, staying out, but you'd love an easy day pitting and getting back out front. But yeah, quali was special, starting to understand the tyres, how to turn them on, and I did that warm-up lap slowly. I think we're the only ones to do that, just trying to figure out what I need in the car and what's going to make it better in qualifying. So yeah, slowly understanding this car a bit more.
Shane, Jonathan Howard, on3.com. With these 2 road course wins behind you now, you got to go back to the ovals where you're still learning. Yep. Does it do anything, at least from a confidence standpoint, to have these wins, to feel like, you're one of the few double win drivers of the season now? So what does that feel like heading to an oval next week?
Yeah, it's obviously an amazing feeling, but more so for the team. It's Kaulig Racing's a team we're used to winning races, and it's been a pretty tough start to the year, I guess. And yeah, to have this win 2 in a row, you see how much it means to the guys and how much, this weekend, the atmosphere and the team, how lifted up everyone was. And yeah, really cool to share it with those guys. But for myself, this was kind of a good refresh from ovals. I've had, as I have said a few times, I had a really tough stretch of 6 races, not results-wise, but challenging tracks, all different types of tracks, ovals, and, I learned so much the last 6 weeks. Yeah, and now back to ovals. Hopefully we can keep building on that. And again, the next few tracks coming up are all different types of tracks again, and, Iowa as well. Iowa, I'm really looking forward to that because there's a long practice, 50 minutes, a couple of sets of tyres. I can finally experiment a bit, take my time, get up to speed, then push. whereas normally it's just a 20-minute rush session straight into qualifying. So hopefully we can take advantage of that, and I can experiment and practice instead of in the race.
Go to Elliot in the middle.
Elliot Stern, Sports Talk 805. First off, Ross has lots of watermelons.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
one here and there is no big deal. When you fell back, though, this was a lot of single file racing, and passing was difficult. If you look, people started and ended pretty close to where they were.
Yep.
When you fell back, were you worried that you wouldn't have a chance to get by these other drivers, or were you confident that with your speed and your road course history that
Yep.
you would be able to get back in the lead?
A bit of everything, you know. It's never all the cars we were around up front were all good cars. So I knew it was going to be difficult to pass, and this track being a new repave offline hasn't really been used much yet. So it was very dirty and not quite worn in. So when you committed to a pass, it was very low grip. But that seemed to get better as the race went on, I think. But yeah, would have loved a easy day. But yeah, once you sort of got 5 laps into the run, no matter what speed you had, you kind of, everything kind of stagnated, got hot, and you were just stuck following. So I tried to just be patient. I think it was stage 2, let Jesse and Sam get away, and then tried to catch them again at the end. But it's very tough to pass, that's for sure.
Do we have any final questions for our race winner? We'll go back here for a follow-up.
Hey, Shane, you said now that you're locked in the playoffs.
Yep.
Now, what are you going to do in the ovals? Is there something now you can maybe take a little chance on, or something you're learning now that you can take more chances on, or how do you go with that?
No, it's just more time. You know, I need to get better. There's some very tricky ovals in the playoffs, and I just need to keep getting better, keep understanding, and obviously, you know, seeing where AJ's at, we all need to make the cars better too. So I need to focus on what I need and keep leaning on AJ, leaning on Josh, and trying to match myself against those guys. Particularly in qualifying, I'm always qualifying 30th or something, you know. It's hard doing one lap and trying to get that. So that's probably my weakness, and then I just build up through the race, get better and better. So now that I'm locked in, the points don't matter as much. I can afford to take more risk, but whether that plays out or not, I don't know. Cool.